Please let go of my fingers. He had his claws out.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
It is 9 a.m. and there was just a massive cat fight that I believe happened between Splash and Boo in the hallway. So let me tell you what happened. I was sitting in the dining room working on my computer, and all of a sudden I heard what sounded like a cat fight. So I went to turn off the volume on my computer because I was listening to something fairly loud, and I could not find the volume because I was so startled by what I was hearing. I mean, it was a cat screaming, like screaming for not just like a short scream, but it was like what seemed like an extended period of time. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I start screaming, what's going on? Stop that, whatever. So then I decided to heck with the volume. I'll just go see what's going on. And by the time I walked into the hallway, I saw Splash in the kitchen with his tail gigantic. I've never seen Splash's tail that big. And I did not see any cats in the hall, no cats in Boo's room, no cats in the living room. And then finally, when I walked down to my room, Boo was on the bed and he was looking all like shaken up. And so I looked at Boo, I'm like, Boo, are you okay? Are you okay? And Boo's like, yeah, I'm fine. And then Splash walked downstairs and there is a tuft of white hair in the kitchen. So Splash and Boo got into it. I don't know like exactly how serious it was. I don't know if Splash just kind of misinterpreted Boo trying to play. I know Splash does instigate Boo at times, so maybe Splash did something to kind of make Boo want to retaliate. But yeah, so that's just what happened. It's about 8:30 p.m. right now, and the cats are getting raw food for dinner. And yesterday what I did was I gave the cats their raw food without mixing any water into it. And they seem to enjoy that. It gave them a lot of chewing to do. And so I gave them the same thing today, and now Stella does not want to eat. I don't know why. Right before I fed them, when I was preparing their food, like putting it together for them, all four of them got freaked out and ran up the stairs, and it was because they heard a growl. I heard the growl too, so I don't know if it came from Splash or whoever, but it freaked them out and they ran up the stairs, but then they came right back down. Stella, why are you not eating? Eat that, Stella. Don't worry about anything. Just eat it. Splash ate part of her food already. Sometimes she just doesn't want to eat with the boys. Maybe she got in a fight with one of them. Yeah, they're on edge right now. Just eat your food, Stella. Everything is fine. So Splash ate all of his, and now he's going to work on Simba's. Boo's food is behind me on the steps. So what happened was I went upstairs to get the camera, and when I went upstairs, Boo was eating his food. And by the time I found the camera and was coming back downstairs, Boo went upstairs to see what was going on. So he's waiting upstairs. He's wanting to eat his food upstairs. If Stella does not finish her food, Simba will most likely finish it for her. Splash is eating Simba's food, what's left of it. I would say Simba ate about half of his food, and Splash is devouring it. And here's Stella. Eat your food, Stella. This is how I get Boo to eat his food. I literally just put like 5 crunchies on it. And I just did the same thing for Stella. So one thing that I did not do today was put any crunchies on their dinner. I wanted to see who would eat it without crunchies, and that's why Stella did not want to eat it. She was waiting for a few crunchies also. The cats just got freaked out again. I think it sounded like a firework in the distance, like fireworks. So, watch. Is she gonna eat Boo's? Stella, you love soap? You love soap. You want to take a shower? You want me to give you a bath, Stella? Stella, you want me to put you in the bathtub and give you a bath? I wonder if Stella would like that. I've never given her a bath before. She's 5 years old and she's never had a bath. Stella, you want to take a bath? How are you this morning, Stella? It's about 7 a.m. How are you this morning, Stella? So for the past few days, the cats have been getting brushed in the morning. It's like when I get myself dressed, I get the cats brushed. It's been a pretty good system so far, except for Splash because he runs away. For a while, Splash was really coming out of his shell. He was getting a lot better, a lot more social, and he seems to be going backwards a bit right now. I don't know if it's because like everything is getting back to normal and, you know, things around are busier, but we'll see. So this is what happens. I sit down on the bed and I turn on the weather channel so I could see what the weather is going to be today. And then Stella comes and has to rub up all against me. So what should be just a few minutes of sitting here watching weather turns into much longer. Stella is so happy. It looks like she's smiling. Stella, you're a happy girl? You're a happy girl. It is 9:19 a.m. and Hydrox is on his second can of food. He's very hungry today. It was raining this morning and it looks like it's just going to be a gray and rainy day. So it looks like he is going to fill up on food. It looks like he's missing some fur on his back, on his left side. I'm trying to get a better look at it, but it's hard to see. It could have been, it could be that he got in a fight with somebody. I don't know. Maybe he got swiped by one of the raccoons. I don't know. Look who's hanging out on the bed together. It's about 11 a.m. Boo is laying on the cat tower near the windows in his room and he looks so silly. So I went to get the camera and of course the minute I try to film him, he jumps down. So I just came in here to film Simba's fluffy belly and Boo jumped on the bed because he wants me to film him. Boo says he has a fluffy belly also. You gonna show me your fluffy belly? There's Boo's fluffy belly. Boo, you have a very fluffy belly, but Simba has a fluffier belly. Simba has the most fluffy belly. Right, Simba? It is 7 p.m. and I just saw this. So this is the play rug thing that the cats have been enjoying so much since I put it upstairs, and look, it's been squashed and broken and this piece has come out. I don't know if I could put it back in. I'll see if I could put it back in, but I don't know how this happened. Please let go of my fingers. He had his claws out. I need to film this with the new camera because the new camera has much better audio And I don't think you could really hear the noises that Simba's making. But that'll be for another day, not right now. Okay, Simba, one more. These are like potato chips for cats. You wearing one on your back over there? Here. You want this one? Okay, that's it. It's 11:24 a.m. and I just got back from a bike ride a few minutes ago, and I want to tell you what happened. So I went for like a 5-mile bike ride, and I wanted to go early in the day before it got really hot, but it's already like 85 degrees, so it was a bit warm. And as I was coming back, I was only a few blocks away from this house, and I'm riding down the road, and I see a bird in the middle of the road, and it could not fly. Like, it was flapping its wings, but it could not fly. And I just knew as I was passing it that it was injured. So I was like, oh no, this is not good. So I turned the bike around and I went back to it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely injured. I didn't see any blood. I didn't see any outer injuries. So it really looked to me like it injured its wing, must have hit something. So on my bike, I have like a little, I don't know what you call it. It's not like a pouch. It's like a bag. I guess it's like a bag attached to the handlebars, and I keep some things in there. Like today, I had some juice and like a snack, and I just keep a little bit of money in there in case, you know, I need some cash while I'm out. And I also had some tissues in there in a little Ziploc bag. So I looked around and I was like, well, where can I put this bird? I don't want to leave it in the middle of the road because cars are going by and I don't want it to get hit. So I took the tissues that I had, and I was able to pick up the bird, and I moved it across the street, and I put it in the shade under a whole bunch of bushes. And when I put it there, it kind of hopped its way farther under the bushes, which is what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to basically get itself into a nice cool spot in the shade so it could recover. Maybe it was just in shock, because that happens a lot. I've seen that before. I've seen birds hit something and then they look like they're really badly injured, but then once they come to their senses, then they could fly away and everything is fine. I've seen squirrels do that also. I've seen a squirrel literally fall out of a tree. Like, you hear the smack on the road and you're like, oh my gosh, this squirrel is so injured. And it looks like they're paralyzed. It looks like maybe they broke their back. They can't do anything. And then after a few minutes, like while you're trying to figure out what can I do to help this squirrel, it runs away and it's like fine. So I'm hoping that's what happens with this bird. I'm hoping it just needed to be moved out of the way of traffic and it could just get itself calmed down and like back to normal. The reason why I say this is because the wing did not look broken. It was not like at a strange angle. It just did not look externally like it was a broken wing. So I'm hoping for the best. But let me tell you what else happened. So after I picked up the bird and I put it under the bushes and I saw it scurry deeper under the bushes, as I came back across the street to where my bike was, there was a guy, I don't know if he was coming out of the building that was right there or where he was, and he goes to me, oh, is that the bird? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, I saw the bird. It hit this awning, or it hit like the window area. It was basically like the door to a building, and then there was like an awning above the door to the building. It was a small building, a small awning, and he's like, oh, it hit that, and then it kind of like bounced off, and that's as far as it got. I guess he said it was trying to fly away or something. I don't remember exactly what he said, because I remember thinking, okay, well, when I first saw this bird, no one was around. There was like a woman on the sidewalk on the phone, and she didn't appear to even notice the bird. And if this guy saw that happen, why did he not try to help the bird? I don't understand that. So I told him what I did and what I was hoping for, that the bird was going to recover on its own. And then the guy was like, oh yeah, that's cool. And it just really annoyed me, like how blind people are to what's going on around them and how insensitive people are to wildlife particularly. I mean, if you see a bird bounce off of a building or an architectural structure and land in the road, and you see that the bird is not flying and it's just laying there flapping its wings. What are you going to do? You're going to leave and not help that animal? You're just going to let it lie in the middle of the road and get run over by a car? Like, that makes no sense to me. But unfortunately, this seems to be the world that we're living in. People are so concerned about themselves. They really don't care about other people or animals. And it's really sad that that's the case, that there is this level of insensitivity. That's what I call it. It's insensitivity. It's a complete lack of consciousness, meaning they are so unaware of things that are going on around them. And unfortunately, a lot of people are like that. They go through their life completely unaware of things that are going on around them. It's like they have blinders on. And thankfully, there are other people that are much more aware of things that are going on around them and just see a lot more than the people with the blinders on. So I did what I could for the bird. I put it under the bushes in the shade, and when I got home I looked up, like, what are you supposed to do for an injured bird? And what I looked up in the state of New Jersey is that you have to contact a local wildlife rehabilitation center or a wildlife rehabilitator. There are none in this county, so I called animal control. Nobody answered the phone, so I left a message there. I explained the entire situation. I explained where the bird was and that I hope someone would be able to go and pick up the bird and check on it, and hopefully the bird will be okay. The other option is that I could go back there, pick up the bird, like put it in a shoebox or something and take it home and try to rehabilitate it. But from what I've read, that's illegal to do in the state of New Jersey, if you can believe that. The state of New Jersey, you're not allowed to kind of help any wildlife, which doesn't make any sense. So yeah, that's where that stands. I just wanted to document what just happened and relay the situation as I experienced it. And here's Simba. He's been relaxing on this cat tower. It's about 10:30 p.m. right now, and we're watching My Cat from Hell. I have it on the DVR, and Stella is like fixated on it. There's a cat on it that looks like Stella. So there's a couple on the show that has 4 cats. One looks like Stella and one looks like Boo. Stella is like fixated on it. I don't know what's going on here, and you just missed it because it literally took me 2 seconds to put the camera on. But Simba's here on top of the shelf, and Stella was here like staring at him, and then she just jumped up at him and, you know, swatted him. I don't know why. He's not doing anything to her. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.